Oh, okay. Yeah, someone did say look at the drive. What the? Someone said look at the drive gauge on throw. She built a bar of drive gauge when she throw teched, huh? Yeah, I'm a little. I don't. She built a bar of drive gauge when she throw teched. The air looks flat and thin, needs volume. Maybe. That's interesting. Is this sort of the? Is this kind of like the idea of like, okay, well, you guys, you don't like throw loops. We talked about when we were talking about throw loops, right? We said, basically the problem isn't like, yes, the fact that it's like a looping 50-50 is one thing, but it's also more so just how little, like how bad the risk reward on the 50-50 is, right? And that even if you do like get the throw tech, for example, usually you just kind of you stay in the corner and the opponent still gets to run their offense. Like you don't really get anything, and if you get shimmied, you die, right? So I guess this is them trying to make that risk reward a little better. Like obviously you still want it to be favored for the guy who put you in the corner, right? Because you want to, I suppose, reward people for winning, right? When they get the hit on you and they take you to the corner, you want it to be in their favor. So I don't know that that's like, there could be more. There could be more. We'll see. And I mean, we'll see more in here. Obviously, we'll see more when season 3 actually drops. But this is something. Imagine doing a delayed throw on offense, getting a drive bar back in addition to OK and damage. Yeah, I guess that's a good point, huh? Like, yeah, if you, yeah, how often is the attacker going to be the one bet? Like, I see what you mean. You're saying that the attacker, the person who is trying to throw loop you, if they like delay throw and you delay throw and you hit them first or something like that, they will actually be the one who tech the throw, technically. They still end up in the same advantageous position of like you guys kind of go back to neutral, quote unquote, but your back is still to the wall, so they're still winning. And then they will be the ones who get the drive bar back. I don't know that that's like a huge problem. Because then if the attacker is also like walking up and doing delay tech like on their own offense, like there's like that's at that point that is more of like there's interaction there at the very least, right? But that is a good point this may sometimes backfire. I mean, getting a drive bar back for tech, it's something. I don't know how I feel about it, honestly. I don't think it doesn't seem like a bad change. It doesn't seem like a ton either, though. I mean, a drive bar is a big deal, but I'll have to think about it, but it helps. It helps, right? If one of the problems is so again, I guess really quick, I've said this before. I don't think great shot to pause on, by the way. I don't think Capcom's gonna remove throw loops. If they do, it would be like just because of the sheer like negative backlash that's been happening on them, right? But from every single thing that Capcom has done in every single patch so far, if anything, it seems like they're trying to make throws a bigger part of offense and like they're trying to make them like a bigger part of the game, right? Like they keep nerfing and like they nerfed Cammy's EX dive kick as like a really good anti-throw move. They got rid of like jump cancels, right, to make throws even more powerful. Like they are very intentionally buffing throws, if anything, right? So I doubt that they will remove them entirely. And seeing that makes me think even more so, because if you are gonna remove throw loops entirely and then make teching a throw give you a bar of drive gauge, just kind of like throws have just become complete garbage. So my assumption just from that is that throws are probably still in the game in season 3, which is not surprising, right? Maybe they got toned down in another way. I mean, I know that I did see about the perfect parry change, right? They have to like basically do the right height of a block as well as tapping parry to get perfect parry. You have to like hit back and perfect parry for like mids and overheads, and like down back and perfect parry if they do a low, right? But they wouldn't get rid of throw loops and give you extra drive gauge for teching. Exactly, yeah. So I know they nerfed perfect parry, but that might have nothing to do with throw loops at all, right? Because I know that the thing is always like, well, if we get rid of throw loops, we have to nerf parry because throws kind of hold parry in check and all of this, right? But I think perfect parry is also just like really like probably too good right now as it is, right? So nerfing perfect parry without any other system mechanic changes whatsoever, right? That already makes sense, I think. So I don't think that the fact that perfect parry is being made like harder to do. We don't even know exactly what happens if you get the perfect parry timing, but like you hit down back and hit you with a mid or something. We don't know what happens there yet anyway. But even say that it's like complete garbage. Like it's not a good, like you don't even get the same frame advantage anymore. I know you don't get the pause. Maybe you still get the same frame advantage and no pause, so it's harder to confirm or something. But we don't even know how that works exactly. But even if it is a really big nerf to perfect parry, that doesn't necessarily mean that throw loops have been like taken out of the game or anything like that, right? Because perfect parry as it stands, completely irrespective of throws, is just a little too good right now, right? So point being, I don't think Capcom is getting rid of throw loops, but I wonder if they've toned them down in any other way besides just this. Honestly, if I had to guess, I would probably say no. Maybe we'll see something else here. But if I had to guess, I don't think they want. I think they want throw loops. I think they like throw loops. I think they've put them in the game and they buffed them over the course of the game's run. So like giving you it's something. Giving you a bar of drive, it's something. If the problem was, the risk reward on this throw tech thing is pure garbage, it's still kind of garbage, but it's literally better. And a bar of drive is not nothing. A full bar of drive gauge is really not nothing, right? Because it also can be the case a lot of the time. I know I'm pausing a lot, but I mean we're watching this to see. I mean Elena's cool, but I'm watching this to see if there's any season 3 stuff in here, and go from there and talk about it. So beside one of the reasons that a bar of drive is really nice too is that a lot of the times, besides the whole throw loop shenaniganery, you can also find yourself in a position where a lot of characters now have found, they've found chains basically of just I can spend X amount, I can do this, this block string if I spend an OD or something like that. I can just do a bar and a half of drive, 2 bars of drive, 2.5 bars of drive, depending on what you're doing, right? I can just put you in a block string that does so much fucking drive gauge damage to you and you burn out and you die, right? So, that is, on defense, you're getting your drive bullied is something that's very common. So having a way to get drive back on defense besides just parrying and hoping for the best, because that is currently all you got really, right? Is you parry and you hope they don't throw you, or you perfect parry, and then obviously you get a full combo and then you're out of that situation. So having another way to get drive gauge back on defense is actually quite nice. So I think it's a bigger change than it looks like. But is it oh my god, suddenly, even if say that's the only thing that's changed about the whole throw system, right? Is it oh my god, throw loops are dead? No, hell no, obviously not. But I do think that getting an entire drive gauge back on the throw tech is bigger than it looks. Sure. I wonder if we're gonna see have we seen a drive rush get checked or anything? I don't think so yet, right? That'd be interesting too. I know everyone's talking about please, make drive rush punish counter state or something like that. Cause it's guaranteed. If you hit someone out of a drive rush right now, you get a counter hit, right? And a lot of people have been talking about they want punish counter drive rush. I'd be surprised, but I don't think it's a bad change. But I do wonder if Capcom would actually implement something like that. I hope they give GIF an SPD loot. Closest thing we got to that is if you do the running bear grab, the jump scare, you do get Oki after. You can drive rush knee, and then you're plus, and then they're in another 50-50. That's something. What? Okay, dude, this is how the CPU plays, for real? I don't think the CPU is gonna check a drive rush is the problem. So I don't know that. Okay, sure. Yeah, she can combo. That's a lot of damage, man. Her level 1 just kind of hits really hard, right? Because of the fact that you can combo after it with her DP like that. Maybe I'm tripping. That's how much is that? It's a third of her health that she has. That's 3,000 damage that did. Obviously, the level 1 itself didn't do all that, but the fact you can extend after. I guess it was okay. To be fair though, I guess it was a 1-button hit confirm, right? It was just jab level 1 or something like that. So it just the scaling. Maybe at the end of a combo you'd rather have, because supers have minimum scaling, right? Supers do. Level 1s can do a minimum of 30%, level 2s 40%, level 3s 50%, no matter how long the combo goes. They get a minimum. So maybe later into a combo, because I assume that Elena's level 1 does less damage baseline in exchange for the fact you can combo off it, kind of like a mini version of Jamie's level 3, right? So maybe near the end of a long combo, it actually is going to be less damage, right? Because it's going to do 30%, and the DP after is going to do 6% or something. I don't know what the actual... I've seen 8%. I think is 8% the minimum scaling for everything that isn't a super. So maybe if it's a long ass combo with 2 drive rush extensions or something, and you end in level 1, you're going to actually wish you had a more normal level 1, like a Ken level 1 or something, or a Cammy level 1 versus this. But we'll see. Sure. Is that crouching medium kick? It looks like it, right? It looks long. I mean, I think that this is not max range at all, right? I am curious. It seems like a lot of... The CPU is just doing target combos, so I'm not really sure what is drive rush cancelable and what isn't. Is it overhead? I can't... maybe. But again, if she has feasible ways to extend her combos that involve I mean, I'm not sure if target combos or, again, special moves that can go into EX versions instead. That's very good for her, right? Anything seem different about that punch counter throw? I don't think so, right? I mean, like, obviously her throw is just like her own throw, but took a bar drive, did, you know, about the requisite amount of damage, I think, was a hard knockdown. That seems normal so far. Again, the throw tech builds you back a bar. Sure. Tag. Her forward throw that certainly seems interesting. It seems to leave you. Does Elena not have a throw loop? Maybe I said the same thing with Mai, and I was super wrong, right? Because it looked like Mai's forward throw, like, sent you to like, the other side of the world, right? But Mai also is super fast at, like, a dash. She doesn't? Okay. Because, I mean, this forward throw, this shit leaves you, like, even if you were in the corner, right? Like, if you just look at the distance that Mai moves away from her opponent, not vice versa, right? Because, like, say this is the Elena getting throws in the corner, like, her getting kicked away like that wouldn't happen, right? She would basically just stay. But, like, Elena herself basically rolls half the screen back and doesn't seem to have, like, a jury-style dash. So, confirmed by Evo test playings, no, she doesn't. Interesting. Okay. So that's immediately not great for her because, again, presumably, it seems like throw loops, I would imagine, are very much in the game still, considering they give you a drive bar for teching now. Which would, it seemed like if they would remove those and then also do that, that'd be very overkill. So, presumably we still... Oh! Okay, so the AI fucked this up. I wonder if that's possible. This is the kind of stuff I'm talking about. If she can, like, get EX moves in her combos, it's gonna be nice for her, right? Spacing is too wide for Elena to get the loop. Yeah, okay, that's what it looked like the very first time I saw it. But good to get some actual confirmation of who tested it. Okay. Okay, I mean...
Very good on.
She can still throw you multiple times.
Smart and
The return of the wall giant. Hello, Basic. How's it going, man? Nice fight. So no throw loop is I think a big deal. And maybe you can be like, Elena doesn't have a throw loop, so that means no one has a throw loop. But again, I think it's just her own and throw. I mean, it's not unheard of, right? Like currently in Street Fighter 6, is it only Chun-Li? Chun doesn't have a throw loop for sure. Is there anyone else who doesn't have one that I'm forgetting? Just have the command roll into mix? Yeah. We still get something off of it. Honda? Honda doesn't have a throw loop? I did not know that. Man, what did Honda do, man? Why me? What did they fuck me for? Honda doesn't have a throw loop? That's sad. That's so unfortunate. Honda? Yeah. I did not know that. Man, the point being, we already have characters in the game as it stands who, like, they specifically... Can she extend? It looks like maybe she can just do another DP after that. Her combos look really weird. Again, I'm not... That's, like, I assume these things with the trails are special moves, not just target combo, right? And they seem to all end the combo, too, so... Her combos look cool. Like, it seems very... Like, it looks just visually very free-flowing, but I'm not sure how much of that is true and how much of it is just, like, target combo into special move, but... Honda does have a car factory? True. Sure. Yeah, so that's an overhead, right? So that right there, presumably, because it looked like this Elena was down backing. Right? Crouch blocking here, and they get bopped. That seems kind of fast, too. Is this, she got real, this is why they didn't give her a throw loop? She got real mix? Like, for real? Oh, yeah, because I assume, like, you know, she does this, this overhead here, but I assume from this stance, she has multiple options, or no? Like, when do I know that the mix is coming? Like, when do I know that I'm guessing? Is it here when she starts moving? Or is it, like, here once she's in this stance? Right? If it's, like, from here, I mean, this thing is definitely unreactable, right? That's, like, I mean, that looks like it's, like, 11 frames or some shit like that. But if it's, like, from her, even, like, if it's, like, once she starts doing the handstand like that, if the only option is overhead, then that becomes a lot. Like, then, yeah, maybe she has, I think, 3 overheads? Yeah, so maybe it's more of, like, it's not that they're unreactable, it's just that she's got a lot of different shit you have to look out for. And then, like, it's all about, like, discerning the visual animations at the start and reacting. I don't know. But if she just has, like, straight up 50-50s, that's pretty cool. Certainly would be nice for a character who does not have a throw loop, right? You probably want Elena to roll into one of the follow-ups for her Oki, yeah. So she forward throws you and then does command roll into mix, like someone said earlier, instead of doing, like, forward throw into, like, dash up and then another just strike throw situation. It's like similar idea. Oh my, what the hell is going on, man? Like I'm not getting the best display of if there are any mechanics that are different. I feel like the AI is just DIing each other over and over. Well, did I finish my thought earlier? I was gonna say, just because Elena does not have a throw loop does not mean the throw loops are not in the game. Since again, we have Chun and Honda, who I learned today, don't have throw loops. So it could just be a her thing. That looks like... Okay, now that I'm looking at that again, this looks like it... This looks like... Yeah, this looks like a like, fluid animation. This is the overhead, right? So, like... It looks like even from the moment you see her start going into this handstand, you would know it's an overhead. Even then, I don't know if that would be, like, fully reactable. But probably, right? It depends on how different the animations for the other stuff looks. Okay. Oh, this is interesting. You notice this? So, say she was gonna do healing, it would start around here, right? Like right there, she would do healing. Instead, she does the follow-up. Do you notice that any drive gauge recovery she gets from this level 2 doesn't start until presumably post the decision branch? Right? She only gets like her half drive bar of recovery or whatever. She gets it. So I wonder if she goes for healing, does she not get any drive back? Like it's fully static here. And then only here does it actually start coming back. So I wonder if she actually picks to heal there, she might just not get any, if you choose between health recovery and drive recovery. Welcome back to streamer. What's going on, man? Hello, hello. Good to be back, man. Excited for the wall brawl tomorrow, too. Funny how Ed, the guy who uses only hands, has no overhead, while Elena, who uses only feet, has 3. You know, when you put it like that. Wait, am I subbed? I don't think so. Doesn't say it next to your name. Yo? Oh, okay, wait. Did she get hit in the middle of her drive rush there? Sure looks like it. Okay, yeah. So no punish counter drive rush. Nothing interesting happened on the check, I don't think either, right? So that doesn't seem to be... I know a lot of people were talking about this for potential, like making... I mean, first off, obviously you can see neutral drive rush is still only 1 bar, which again, I mean, people were saying make that shit like 1.5 bars, make it 2 bars. I hated that idea, personally. I think that was way too overkill. And again, it's just, you don't want to make too many changes that nerf, like, people's ability to, like, do something in neutral instead of just sit there, right? So I'm glad that's not the case. But yeah, no sort of punish counter state on drive rush or anything like that, right? Seems to still be exactly as it is, right? If you hit someone in drive rush, it's a guaranteed counter hit, but nothing more than that. That's a little... I don't think I minded too much the idea of punish counter drive rush state, but it would have been a big deal. Like, it would have been a big change. I don't think it would have been a bad change. It would have been a big change, though. So I can kind of understand maybe why not. But yeah, seems like there's nothing like that happening here. So this is presumably, I mean, the CPU is just gonna cheat anyway, right? But yeah, presumably, so she had to actually, this was an overhead, so she had to actually hold back and then hit parry to get like this. So to my understanding, with the perfect parry change, it's not that you can't perfect parry if you don't do like the correct direction. It's that you don't get this. You don't get like the right. Presumably, I would expect that it looks kind of like when you perfect parry a fireball, where you still do get like a shit ton of frame advantage, right? But it's just more so you get the little purple splash, no screen freeze, and you just have to realize it and immediately like confirm that and like go in for your counter. So I'm not sure if it'll be the exact same thing. If you don't, the CPU is never going to like incorrectly perfect parry something if they do it, right? So we're not gonna be able to see that here. But... Ooh, I mean, looks like, I will say, is that an anti-air? Oh, an air-to-air. Ooh, okay. I mean, this is really nice for an air-to-air combo. That's a lot of damage. Like, that's 1 bar. I mean, that is counter hit, but that is a really nice air-to-air option for Elena to have, right? I mean, that's a nice 3 and a bit that you just ate right there. 3 and a bit, like 3-5. That's like a Zangief level 1, man. And it's way less committal. Like she just jumps up, does her air-to-air normal. Seems pretty good, right? 2 hits, kind of like Jamie, Bison. They both have stuff like that. And then, you know, if she gets the counter hit, she confirms level 1, goes into the DP. That's a lot of damage. That's actually quite nice. It's not necessarily like Elena specific, but a lot of the times in this game, you know, when you anti-air someone, you kind of just get a little bit of damage and smoky, but if you had a more punishing counter for when you do some really dumb shit like DI at full screen. I mean, punish counter is pretty punishing. First time live can't be on for long. New job paperwork to do in an hour. Ooh, exciting. Congratulations. I hope you have a good time. It's my first time live in a bit too. I haven't streamed in like 2 weeks. What? So that's what a DP looks like when it whiffs. I've been off on a trip to Japan. Sure. It's her sweep, yeah. So earlier she like did target combo into sweep. So much DI going on. Level 1 again. I mean, again, it's like a pretty meter, like, yeah, if you're going to do it early in a combo, it seems like a pretty meter efficient way to do a lot of damage, right? Her level 1. Again, my sneaking suspicion is still, like, if we're gonna have a long combo, we're probably gonna wish that we had a normal level 1 that just did all of its damage without having to combo after. But, like, yeah, with stuff like a DI or an air-to-air or stuff like that, you can, like, easily confirm into level 1 early on. It probably is just gonna be a nice way to do a lot of damage fast. She has 2 sweeps, huh? Because that's right, yeah, this thing must be like a Bison, like this kind of Bison style thing. This might be a command normal or something like that. Because she had the normal sort of, like, she got on both of her hands and, like, the donkey kick out and swept. I assume that's just like her crouching heavy kick. This is something else. Got 2 different sweeps, one of them a bit longer. Someone on Blue Sky said Elena's pre-fight screen close-up looks like those British hyper fisheye GoPro shots, and I can't unsee it. What the? A sweep and a slide? Yeah. Now my chat's bugs just trying to get rid of me. You're too dangerous. They really got DI'd this much? Level 3, okay. The worst combo known to man. It's a cool level 3. It's a cool looking level 3. Yo! Sure. They got air. Oh, anti-airs. Throw whiff look different to you? I don't think throw whiff looks different to me. I mean... Yeah, I don't think so, right? That's another thing that they could have done potentially, is like add more recovery. Like, to not... are all supers reversals? No. Not necessarily. Most of them are. But there are a few level 1s that aren't invincible, right? Or are, but don't really function too well, like, as reversals. Like Zangief's is invincible technically, but to call it a reversal is a bit generous. Dhalsim's level 1 is not invincible. DJ's level 1 is not invincible. There's a couple like that. And then most level 1s are strike invincible, not projectile invincible. On Elena? Oh, I don't know, actually. I don't know. I assume, like, Jamie SA2 was not invuln. I have to imagine SA2 probably is invuln. But I don't think we've seen... I don't think we've seen it so far. Level 1 definitely looks like a reversal, I'll tell you that. I would assume all her shit is invincible, but I guess we haven't really seen evidence one way or the other. Oh, but I was gonna say, sorry, I got distracted. What I was gonna say, earlier, I think it happens here, is this would be another thing you could do if you wanted to, like, not remove throw loops, but at least you know, make the risk reward a little bit less fucky, is adding more recovery to throw whiff. For 2 reasons. Either playtesters confirm level 1 not invincible. Oh shit, okay, never mind. Level 1's not a reversal. There you go. Interesting. They're really putting a lot of stock in this command roll, huh? I feel like she's missing a lot of stuff. This command roll must be pretty fucked up. There must be some real damaging mix in here. If Elena SA1, what if Elena SA1 resets juggle limit like Akuma SA2? Maybe. I don't know if she's quite that. We've only seen her juggle into DP after so far. So I mean, but it's the level 7 CPU. It's not exactly optimizing the shit out of everything. So maybe, but so far it doesn't seem to be the case. But yes, if you added more recovery to throw with, sometimes you jump out of the corner and you eat a health tax for it anyway. You just get anti-aired, and some characters can actually fully, like, combo you for that, or, like, continue their pressure afterwards too. Or if you neutral jump, for example, too, you definitely just end up getting anti-aired and get put back in the corner. So if throw whiff had a little bit more recovery, that would happen less. And also, it would potentially mean if you wanted to hard call out a throw with a backdash, that you could more commonly get, like, a full punish, even if, like, they time their throw loop perfectly and have, like, a slower backdash or something like that, right? Wouldn't more recovery make throw teching more risky? Yeah, the problem with that certainly is would make, when you get whiffed, you would get shimmied even harder. To be fair, though, I mean, most of the time, if you get shimmied and you don't get punished, it's entirely a skill issue right now, right? I think it's not super common for you to whiff a throw on defense and get away with it, as it currently stands. So I feel like it probably overall would definitely be better for the defensive player than the offensive player, right? You're right that it'll make shimmies easier, but like right now, if you walk up to someone and, like, you shimmy before, you know, like the throw whiff is still super reactable and super easy to kill people for. But again, my point being, it doesn't look, at the very least, like they doubled it or anything like that, right? Even changing it like 2 or 3 frames could be a very big deal, and that's going to be hard to discern just by watching this. But To the silly little boy's eye, it looks rather similar as of right now. Okay, so it doesn't look like Elena's EX moves are combo extenders. They look more like combo enders, which is a shame. They'll be nice for her to have. Streamer's back. What's going on, Tattoo? How you doing? Okay, this shit feels scripted. They're getting all the animations in here. That's a cool looking in the CA. The CPU is like a paid actor. They got the level 3, they got the CA, they got the level 1 animation in there, they got the level 2, they got anti-airs, they got air-to-air combos. This CPU match, they're paid actors, man. Okay, so I mean Elena looks interesting. Not having a throw loop, not having an invincible level 1 is certainly a lot. Backdashing being throw immune is not intuitive. That's fair, yeah. It's one of those things that like it's common in a lot of games, but it's definitely not. Yeah, it's not the kind of thing you would think of. It's more so like once you see it once, it is a pattern that tends to hold. But whiffing a throw on defense already gets you punished. Yeah, most of the like again, but you're not wrong in that adding more recovery would make it even easier to shimmy people. But I think it would be mostly it's a thing that affects the margins more than anything, right? I'm used to backdash being full invul. Well, I'm talking more so in. I guess the thing is like if you talk about intuitive, jumping being immune to throws, I don't think is intuitive either, right? I don't think a lot of like new players. A lot of them don't realize, for example, like, you know, if Ladiva wants to command grab you and you jump, it's gonna whiff, right? It's just like a sort of fighting game rule that. Like if you've once you've played like at least one fighting game, and you learn it tends to hold true. So then you're like, yeah, you know, you jump. Oh, throws, you jump those. But even that is not really super. There's no part of like living in the real world that makes you think that if you're in the air, you can't be grabbed, right? Also, Stereoponic, thanks for the follow. Okay, so I mean, Elena looks cool. I'm not really way too early to talk about like how good she might be, but she's certainly missing some stuff. We can say she's missing some stuff that usually makes characters good. She seems to have some. I mean, her all of her buttons being kicks, they certainly seem to be big, right? The command roll mix is a thing, but she's gonna have to have a lot to make up for not having a throw loop and not having an invincible level 1, right? But we'll see. We'll see. She looks cool. That's the most important part. I still, you know, and her animations look good. She looks like there's gonna be a lot of it. She looks dynamic. Again, I'm not sure how much of that is just her animations are good. So I'm like, but maybe her combos are a lot more stilted than they look. But it looks like there's a lot of choices that you might have and how you want to confirm hits and stuff like that, which is always fun. And then yeah, as far as like big season 3 changes, outside of a throw tech giving you a drive bar back, I feel like it seems from this at least pretty similar, right? I mean, that's a bigger change than you think, but that in and of itself makes me think that throw loops probably aren't gone. That plus just the history of how Capcom has been balancing this game. Maybe I'm wrong. We haven't seen, you know, we don't make if they show me, you know, Ryu's throw loop leaves him like +2 or something, then, or Ryu's throw leaves him like +2, then fair. But just the fact that they buff throw teching probably makes me think that they are toning it down slightly, but probably not getting rid of it entirely. And then, yeah, also, you know, throw whiff looks the same. No punish counter drive rush. That's like confirmed. We saw someone get counter hit out of a drive rush. So a lot, you know, drive rush itself is not like more expensive or anything like that. Yeah, we didn't see her crouch medium kick get drive rush canceled. And I guess the people confirm that it is not cancelable. Because the CPU definitely didn't do it here. But again, the level 7 CPU is not necessarily the guru for all things optimization. Have the playtesters confirmed her crouch medium kick is non-cancelable? Because I mean, if anything, she is not Mrs. Street Fighter 6. If that's the case, she got to have no throw loop, no invincible level 1, no cancelable crouch medium kick. I mean, if you listen to all the people complaining on Twitter, at least she should be bottom 1. She got none of the good shit. But we'll see. I really hate when getting a throw to cease playing neutral, which is why I think throw protection is a better solution. I'd be down with that. I mean, Rooflemonger reported no crouch medium kick drive rush. I see. I still think to call it playing neutral when they're in the corner is a little disingenuous, right? Because I think even if like you couldn't necessarily get like even if you couldn't get like a meaty, right? Say it was so bad you couldn't even get a meaty to stop them from mashing after your throw, right? Even then, in that very extreme situation, I still don't know that I would call that playing neutral necessarily, just because it's the same situation as why right now, like, teching a throw in the corner does not get you out of the situation. Because you're not exactly playing neutral at that point. It's like you you're getting up with your back to the wall and they can still adjust their spacing. The reward is still higher than yours. Like, you're still in the corner, right? Is basically the way to say it. You're still in the corner with all of the nastiness that comes with that. Throw protection would definitely be like a better situation if you can like get a meaty, but you just can't throw them meaty, right? But even without it, I don't think I would call it that getting a throw forces you to play neutral, right? What if teching switched sides? It would look really. That might be a little. That might be a little too much, honestly. But I guess then being in the corner in general is not quite as bad, because then you run your offense, you try to throw them, they tech, you get put in the corner. But then if they throw you and you tech, they get put in the corner. It's a little too. Maybe it feels a little Looney Tunes. I don't know if it's like necessarily a horrible idea. It just feels a little Looney Tunes for my own personal liking. You want to talk about volatility, right? Like, going for a throw becomes. I mean, even if there are throw loops, going for a throw probably does become incredibly risky at that point, right? Because being in the corner is still horrible in Street Fighter 6 and in all fighting games for reasons that have nothing to do with throw loops themselves. But it's an idea. It's an idea. That is technically correct. DBFZ has changed. Yeah.